Scott Joplin. He was a composer. Um, they were not sure, hold on, of his birthday. Yeah, they were not sure if he was born 1868 or 1860 or whatever. But anyway, I pick up the story where they think him to be 2 years old. He came from a musical family. His mother, Catherine Gibbons, his father, Giles Joplin. Um, that's where he got his musical talents from, his parents. I'm not sure of any siblings, if he had any siblings, but I think they say he was second out of 6 children. Not for sure. Well, anyways, he was a composer. He wanted to write operas. He wanted to do operas. Okay, let me back up. Boop, 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 boop. So his mother was a maid growing up. When he was growing up, she was a maid, and she used to take him to all the houses that she was cleaning up and everything. This is around 1868 or whatever. So, anyways, he's going on a trip with. Hold up, boop boop. Let me shout out to Bailey Sarin. This is why I'm doing it. I saw her doing her murder mysteries on Mondays. So I was like, I could do the same thing. I could just do my research and, X, Y, and Z. So I might fall off into another story, but I'm always talking about this right here is about Scott Joplin. So he was a composer. He started playing piano at his when he went to work with his mother. Um, and then he took to the piano. He started teaching himself how to play the piano and everything like that. So fast forward, he met a German dude, Julius Weiss. He saw his musical talents. First of all, let me back up. Let me give him his real props, because he was known as the king of ragtime. The king of ragtime. So I was like, man, that's dope. That's dope. He was like the Jay-Z of his time. He was producing music. He got married 3 times. Okay, he got married to lady named Belle, lady named Lottie. That was his last wife. Uh, Erica Alec, no, Erica Alexander, I think. That's not her name. But I know her name Alexander. Her middle name was Alexander. He married her twice. After he was divorced from Belle, he got married to middle name Alexander, and then she died. She died, I think, of old age. I think I'm not. No, she wasn't that old. I don't know how they got a divorce though. Anyway, they got a divorce. Then he married. Well, they just got a divorce. Then he married. His last wife name was Lottie. Lottie, I think. She died of a cold. She had that turned into pneumonia and everything like that. So she ended up dying. So anyway, that makes 3 marriages that he had. And but getting to his life, he grew up, you know, being teaching himself how to play. Then he went to college. He went to high school first, of course. He was playing piano then there. He came up with Maple Leaf Ragtime. Maple Leaf Ragtime. That was a big hit for him. It was a big hit for him. But here's the thing. He couldn't produce it without this white guy named Starks. they still wouldn't let him and his wife Lottie. They got together. When they got together, they produced their own music, their own record company. All of it. He was doing this in like 1860 something, 1870. He did all of this like in 1870, I believe. Well, anyway, I'm confused on the dates. But anyway, he still lived his life. He was still living his life. He was working on, he left his first job being a laborer. Then he started teaching others how to play piano and different things like that because that's what he knew how to do. And so he was big on that. So and I'm just tripping out because like he died on April 1st, um, 1917, I think. April 1st, 1917, of syphilis. He died of syphilis. Um, they think he had syphilis for like 20 something years and didn't know it. And then the syphilis got worse and everything like that. So, of course, he ended up dying. He had dementia. The syphilis brought on dementia. And he never got his music produced, but he in the scheme of things, he still got, his music still bumping. It was still the music of that time. But then jazz came in. They started developing jazz. He wasn't doing jazz. He was just doing ragtime. And well, no, jazz came after him. I think he influenced jazz by he was teaching others kids how to play the piano and different things like that. So he knew how to read and write. You know what I'm saying? That was big right there. That's a big thing right there. He knew how to read and write, and he knew how to do his own music. He knew how to play his own scores for music. He did operas. He wanted to do operas. It didn't get produced. The operas that he wrote was not produced, but he still wrote them. Anyway, he played his music in like little clubs, little stuff like that. People, he went to Chicago, got a producer, played his music, you know what I'm saying? But he still wasn't produced. He produced in his lifetime, I think one opera and Maple Leaf, that's the street that they lived on. Maple Leaf is a club. It was a black only club. 400 black men club or whatever. He played at those clubs though to keep his money. Then the teacher, going back to the German teacher that taught him how to play classical German music and just different things like that. He taught him how to do all of that. He said, "I'm gonna remember you." That's what Scott said. "I'm gonna remember you." So fast forward, the teacher was dying. Scott Joplin, he still was giving him money. He was still giving him money as a thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, "Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to look out for you. Like, all of your life, all of my life, whichever one of us die first, I'm going to be there for you." So that's what he ended up doing. He was taking care of him until his death. That's cool. He remembered him. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him that's not what, well, this part of his godship. I don't believe when we die, we just go to hell. Because I don't believe in heaven or hell, to be honest with you. I don't believe in any of it. But I made him a God because, first of all, I don't know Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. I don't know them. But I know he left some evidence of him being here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we get caught up in like what they told us is right. We get caught up in like their quote unquote heroes that didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. So, just saying, I'm looking at Bailey Sermon's video, and shout out to Brittany Vaughn, another sister that's doing her thing too. I'm fascinated by us, our our people, our black people. I'm just fascinated by us because we did some God shit. He kept on playing the piano even though he quit his job playing the piano. He taught other students how to play piano. He wrote a score that was telling black people that if we get together, education, if we get educated, if we learn how to read and write and different things like that, we will create something. This was in the 1860s. This is in the 1860s. Just saying, it's 2020 now, and we still haven't come together like what he was talking about. He was like, get educated. Get educated. So I'm telling y'all to get educated. So he wrote a score on that. He's a god. He's a god. So he died, April 1st. I think 1917, I think. They say he died at the age of 48. I'm not for sure of that because they don't know. They're not sure of his birth date. But either way, he's made a big impact on everything of his time. Y'all, that's what make him God. That's what make him a God. I'm just saying. Y'all be peace.